ओम अज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानार्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिते नाम्ने। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिते नाम्ने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवं गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषणादिपाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद सद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे. Hello everyone, Namaste, Hare Krishna, Happy Wednesday. So nice outside, beautiful weather. So it's a good time to get connected to the Supreme Lord by listening the message spoken by the Supreme Lord himself. Okay, so we'll get started. So we are in this 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. In the first 5 chapters, Krishna spoke about Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is one has to work in a selfless way. One has to do his duties, prescribed duties, as a service to the Lord, offering the results to the Lord without getting attached to the results. By such action, one would come out of this ahankara and mamakara. Ahankara, I-ness, and mamakara, attachment. So, by such working, one's mind is purified. With that purification of mind, one goes and one can take up the path of Ashtanga Yoga or take the path of Bhakti Yoga. So, Ashtanga Yoga process, Krishna spoke about everything in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So by which one can attain the self-realization, but the process itself is little arduous. It takes hard to understand, hard to practice, hard to attain perfection, but that is a path one can take and practice. So looking at Arjuna, Krishna spoke the another easiest path, which is Sulabhaha, Susukam Kartumavayam. That is something which can be easily understand, one can easily understand, easily practice, and easily attain perfection. That is the path of Bhakti Yoga. So Krishna spoke about Bhakti Yoga in the middle 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. So if you take the sandwich has upper part and lower part, and there is something real good thing in the middle. So the first 6 chapters and the last 6 chapters are like the bread, and the real gel, the sweet glory, the sweet real sweetness is in the middle 6 chapters, because in the middle 6 chapters Krishna spoke about bhakti and the bhakti yoga. Yoga means a path, a means to attain the Supreme Lord. So bhakti as a means to attain the Supreme Lord one can take. Bhakti means devotion, love, a prema. We all have this bhakti. We all have this devotion towards many, many things. We love our family members, we love our job, we love, those are material love. But the same love, when it is shifted to the Supreme Lord out of pure love and devotion, and the same love intensifies, that becomes bhakti. Bhakti. So bhakti yoga as a means one can take to attain the Supreme Lord. So for me to do bhakti, to do devotion, I need to know, for me to do devotion towards the Supreme Lord, I need to know everything about the Supreme Lord. Who the Supreme Lord is, how great the Supreme Lord is. More I learn the greatness and glories of the Supreme Lord, more I develop love and attachment towards the Supreme Lord. So Krishna spoke about the knowledge about himself, who God is, what is his essential nature. Krishna said that he's all pervasive, he's pervaded everywhere, he's a taste in water, many things about himself. Gnana Vijnana Yoga. We went through that in detail. And Krishna also spoke about various types of devotees who do not surrender, and various type of devotees who take shelter and worship Supreme Lord. So in the 7th chapter, Krishna spoke about himself, and so that we can know what is to attain. My object of worship is the Supreme Lord Krishna. Now that I know my object, how to attain that object is spoken in the 8th chapter. Okay, gaining the knowledge and how to attain the knowledge. What is the practices I can take up to attain the Supreme Lord? That is spoken in the 8th chapter. Akshara Brahma Yoga, Akshara Parabrahma Yoga, Akshara Brahma Yoga. The process and practices to attain the Supreme Lord. That is in the 8th chapter. Right? So example is, if I need to go to Gateway Arch, I need to know everything about Gateway Arch. when was that built? How it was built? More I know about it, more my love gets increased. Now that I know about this Gateway Arch, I need a means, I need a process to go to that arch. The arch is, the process is, I can take a vehicle, a car, I can sit and drive and go to my destination, and I can look at that Gateway Arch and I can release and experience the arch. Right? So same thing. My goal is to attain the Supreme Lord. Now that I know in the 7th chapter about the Supreme Lord, I'll get into the vehicle, the process, that is bhakti, devotion, constant remembrance about the Supreme Lord. So by which I can attain the Supreme Lord and experience the Supreme Lord. So that is the subject matter in this 8th and 9th chapters. Okay. So I'll give you a high level overview of this chapter. I know Bhagavad Gita. Every time we hear, or you or we hear, it feels like it's always new. It feels like always new. So more we hear again and again, so we can deeply comprehend this Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so I'll give you a quick glimpse of this chapter. So in the first 4 verses, Krishna spoke about the Arjuna's questions. Arjuna asked, what is Brahma, Adhyatma, Karma, Adideva, Adibhuta, and Prayana Kala? So why Arjuna asked this question? Because in the 7th chapter, towards the end, Krishna says, "O Arjuna, even at the time of death, if you think about me, if you meditate on me, you can definitely come to me." Arjuna was curious to know what is the time of death. How can I remember at the time of death? Arjuna wants to know. Krishna answers his questions and continues rest of this chapter. It's all about the Prayana Kala, the time of death. What is that one has to remember at the time of death? You can see in this verse number 5 to 8, death, the final exam. Right? So where Krishna talks about Antima Smriti, one has to Antakalecha Mameva Smaran Mukta Kalevaram. You think about me, you meditate on me, and you leave your body, then you can definitely come to me. If you don't think about me, you think about something else. A dog, you become a dog. You think about a woman, you become a woman. Whatever is in your mind, you attain that state. If you think about President of USA, Biden, if you have good karma, maybe you can become Biden. If you don't have good karma, maybe you can become a worm on his body. So whatever your mind, you'll attain that state. How is that possible? It is based on what we think throughout the day, throughout our life. In our 100 years of life, or whatever the time span we have, what is that we are deeply meditating upon? What is that we are deeply contemplating upon? Our final thoughts will be the same. Our final thoughts are basically based on what we have thought throughout our lifespan. So Krishna is saying, you better think about me. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yuddhacha. In all your duties, you don't have to renounce to think about me. Arjuna could think like, okay, Krishna, you're telling me to always think about you. Okay, let me drop this bow and arrow. Let me go to forest and think about you. Arjuna could do that. But Krishna is saying, no, Arjuna, you don't have to do that. You maintain your job profile. Continue your job profile. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu ma manusmara yuddhacha. Your job is to fight, yuddha. You do that. But you think about me and do. So that way, you can deeply meditate on me over the course of time. You can get connected to me. In case of Arjuna, it's yuddha, the fight. In case of us, it's every day is a battlefield with our own individual lives. So we could, before starting the work, while working, after doing the job, or throughout our day, whenever we get free time, we can always think deeply about the Supreme Lord. So Krishna says you practice. So we'll see that. And Krishna also, in 9 to 16, Krishna talks about different ways of remembering and different practices of remembering for different types of yogis, for different types of people who want to sit and meditate and practice Ashtanga Yoga. For such a person, he has to meditate like this. If a person wants only the Supreme Lord, he is not much interested in self-realization. He cannot sit and meditate for hours and hours or lifetimes. There is other option, that is Bhakti Yoga I can take. So Krishna says, Sulubham, it is Sulabha. He is easy to attain. The process is also easy to practice. So Krishna says, if you can do that, Mamupetyatu Punarjanma Dukhalayam Ashashvatam. You can, if you can think about me, meditate upon me, you will attain me, and you don't have to take birth again in this material world. So that's where 17 to 22, Krishna talks about the spiritual world and material world. Krishna says this material world is temporary. It manifests and unmanifests. If you leave your body thinking about material things, you will be in the circles of repeated cycle of birth and death. But if you come to me, yam prapyana vivartante tadhama parama mama. Krishna says, my abode is glorious. If you come to me, you'll not take birth again. You don't have to go into this perpetual cycles of birth and death. So that abode you can attain by bhakti only. Bhaktya labhastu ananya. Just by ananya bhakti only, pure devotion only, you can attain that spiritual abode. And Krishna continues his Prayanakala topic towards the end, 23 to 28, where Krishna says, at the time of departure, there are two ways, the path Archaradi Marga or Bhumadi Marga. Archaradi Marga is one would leave the body from the upper entrances, upper exits, or lower exits, right? Upper exits. One has to leave the body from upper exits, from the Brahmarandra. And he goes into the path with the path of light. The soul traverses through the path of light and enters into the spiritual abode. There is another path of darkness. If a soul leaves a body through the path of darkness, the soul will come back. He will go in the earth planet or another planet, whatever the planet, it rotates, it goes on, cycle continues. Okay, so now that we got the context of this entire chapter, so we could connect as we go. So I'll skip this since I already spoke about this, but on a high level, we covered this. Krishna answered 4 questions, and in the 5th verse, Krishna says, you think about me all the time, you'll come to me. If you think about something else, you'll attain something else. So that's why, therefore, Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu, you always think about me in all your activities. Sarva Kala, Sarva Avastha. Sarva Kala means always, different times. Sarva Avastha means different circumstances. Whatever the circumstance, whatever the situation, you think about me. Okay, so we'll see this 8th verse in continuation of this first 8 verses. So I'll ask someone to recite this.
Abhyasa yoga yuktena chetasa nanya gamina Paramam Purusham Divyam Yati Parthanu Chintayan. He who meditates on me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his mind constantly engaged in remembering me, undeviated from the path. He, O Partha, is sure to reach me.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So,
So in the past previous verses, Krishna said, you think about me, you meditate on me, you will come to me. You don't have to change your job profile. Continue your job profile. If you're doing Yuddha, you continue. If you're doing IT job, you continue. If you're doing doctor profile, you continue. What are the profile you have? Just continue, do your duties and think about me. And Krishna is saying here, practice. Abhyasa means practice. You learn, you practice to think about me. Hmm? You fix your mind by practicing. So practice is essential. It is indispensable to attain perfection in any endeavors. So even from our infancy, we have practiced. We practice to walk. We practice to eat. Basic necessities also we practiced. If I want to be a tennis player, of course I need to join a course, take the classes, tennis classes regularly, and do practice. Practice makes man perfect. Right? So that's what Krishna is saying. You practice remembering, meditating by chanting the holy name, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. No? Remembering of the Lord doesn't mean like one has to leave everything by doing the work. One can listen, chant the holy name of the Lord through with mouth or listen through ears, various senses, and smaranam, like listening the pastimes of the Lord, one can think about the Lord. So various ways there are Navadaha Bhakti, the various ways one can think about the Lord. And Krishna also saying here, na anya gamina. So while thinking, don't get distracted. While meditating, don't get yourself distracted. Don't go into different paths. You fix your mind unto me, you just continue it for longer times. It's the same thing, right? If I need to learn walking, the child has to, focus and learn. Otherwise, it's hard. If a person want to learn swimming, he has to focus. His mind has to be fully focused. That's what Krishna is saying. If you want to learn bhakti, devotion, fixing the mind or remembering, you need to practice. Don't let the mind deviate. Mind is that thing. Mind always says like, okay, this is nice, this is beautiful, let me go there. If you start thinking about the Lord, mind says, no maza, there is no maza here, no enjoyment here, no joy here. Let me go do something else. That is the nature of the mind. The Prakriti always pulls us. The Maya Shakti always pulls us towards material things because we have our deep, intense attachment from many lifetimes. We are pulled. And to bring back the mind unto the lotus feet of the Krishna by chanting, remembering holy names with undeviated mind. That is the way we can practice. Undeviated mind, undeviated path. We can practice remembering Krishna. Krishna says, Anuchintayam, Anuchintayam, Anuchintayan. Chinta means like contemplating, deep contemplating. Not blah, 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 not Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. No, deep contemplation. Krishna is saying you deep contemplation. You think about me deeply, deeply. If I need to go a vacation spot, right? Florida or some beautiful place, I'll have the deep contemplation. It is naturally within us. We do the deep contemplation because there is so much joy. It is because there is so much joy. We naturally have that. We do that deep contemplation. Okay, I'll go there. I'll enjoy like this. We make so much plans. We are totally absorbed in that because there is so much joy. But if a person practicing bhakti devotion, if he starts experiencing the joy, definitely he will be totally absorbed. He just need to practice. So by such practice, one can be deeply absorbed. And Krishna is saying, Paramapurusham Divyam. You will definitely attain the Paramapurusha, the Supreme Lord, no doubt. Okay, so we'll move on. If you have any questions, you can put it in the Zoom chat. So here is a life lesson. Krishna says, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Throughout the life, in next lifetime, even in the spiritual abode, never forget Krishna. Okay. So that is the 8th verse. So Krishna in the first 8 verses emphasized remembrance, deep contemplation upon the Supreme Lord. Okay, and from here on, Krishna talks about various ways to remember for different practitioners. For a beginner, one can take different set of practices. We'll see that in the 9th verse. This is the 9th verse. Okay, the Sanskrit shloka is broken down into different pieces. So that is a way one can meditate upon. 9 ways of remembering. Okay, it is not just a finite set. One could remember in different ways. Okay, so we'll go one by one. If a person is so much interested in wealth of the Lord, right? If a person is so much interested in material things, he could shift his consciousness towards the Lord by this meditation, by thinking about Lord like this. Okay, so we'll see one by one. The first one is Kavim. Kavim means omniscient. Omniscient. Omniscient is the one who is knower of past, knower of present, and also the knower of future. So one can meditate on Krishna. Oh my dear Lord, oh my dear Govinda, oh my dear Vasudeva, you know my past, you know my present, and you know my future. I have no idea about my past, I have no idea about my future. I don't know what is my path, what is the path I'm gonna take to attain you. But help me pave the path towards you. One can remember Krishna like that. Puranam. Second one, Puranam. The Lord is beginningless or oldest. So one can meditate like, oh my Lord, you are beginningless. You have there before creation. Everything emanated from you. You are eternal, Supreme Lord. Help me to know about you, learn about you. Third one, Anushashitaram. Anushashitaram, the controller of everything, the Supreme Lord being the controller of everything. So one can meditate on the Supreme Lord like this. Oh my Lord, you are the Supreme Controller. I think I am the controller. I think I am the leader. I think everything is happening because of me. Everything is controlled by you. Everything is happening because of you. Help me to attain you. Help me to serve you. Consider you as your servant, not like a controller of everything. You are the ultimate controller. Let me become your servant. Let me serve you. So that way one can meditate. Ananiyamsham, smaller than the smallest. Anu means like tiny or smallest. The Supreme Lord is also smaller than the smallest. He is bigger than the biggest, he is smaller than the smallest, he is everything. He is everything. So Supreme Lord, how can we meditate on the Supreme Lord as smallest? This Supreme Lord resides as Paramatma in the heart of every living being. So along with the soul, the Supreme Lord is accompanied, he is also present. The soul itself, it is said in scriptures, if you take the tip of the hair and chop it off into 10,000 pieces, and again take that small tip and again chop it off to 10,000 pieces, whatever is the size of the soul. It's so tiny. So tiny. The Supreme Lord accompanies the soul. Supreme Lord is also present in the soul as Paramatma. Okay. So one can meditate on like your Paramatma residing in the heart of everybody. Sarvasya Dhataram, the maintainer of everyone and everything. The Supreme Lord Bhagavan Sri Krishna is a Dhataram, is a protection giver, is a protection giver or maintainer. Oh my Lord, I think I am the one who is protecting everything. I think I'm the one who is protecting my family members. I think I'm protecting my job and everything is happening because of me. I think I'm the maintainer of everything. But it is you. You are the Sarvasya Dhataram. You are the ultimate protector. Let me gain that knowledge about you. Let me take shelter of you. Let me become a Sharanagata, a surrendered devotee of you. So one can meditate like that. Achinta Rupam. Achinta means inconceivable. The Lord is inconceivable, of course. He's present in the entire universe. Krishna spoke about himself in the 7th chapter, how he is sustaining the entire universe. Even though he's sustaining, he's present in everyone and everything. We cannot clearly comprehend Krishna, understand Krishna. He's inconceivable. And that same inconceivable Supreme Lord also has a form, Archa Vigraha in the temples, or in the temples there is a form that is so beautiful form. The same form which is also present in the spiritual abode as per scriptures. So let me, oh my dear Lord, let me meditate upon your beautiful personal form. So you wear Vaijanti Mala, you wear the beautiful garland, you wear this the peacock feather, you hold the flute. Let me meditate on your beautiful form. Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat. So that 8th one is Aditya Varnam. You are like effulgent like a sun. And Tamasa Parastat. You're not covered by this. Your existence is transcendental. You're not covered by this material nature, Prakriti. It is me. My knowledge is covered. I am ignorant. I cannot know you. You also said in the 7th chapter, Daivisha Gunamai Mama Maya Dhuratyaya Mameve Prapadyante Maya Mitam Tarantete. If I surrender unto you, you remove the curtain. You help me to know you. Oh my dear Lord, help me to know you. Remove the curtain of this Maya or this Prakriti. Help me to know you clearly. You are always so effulgent. Help me to gain knowledge about you. Help me to get connected unto you. Kavim Puranam Anushashitara Manoraniyam Sarvasya Dhataram Achinta Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat. This is a sloka. Okay, one can meditate on various aspects like this about the Supreme Lord. There are different ways one can remember the Supreme Lord. So why Krishna spoke this? Because if a person is so much attracted to the material things or is not or is approaching the Supreme Lord for a wealth or material things, that such a person can think about the greatness and glories of the Lord and he develop love and devotion towards the Lord. Is by such meditation, remembrance in their 9 different ways, one's attraction towards material things will be diminished and he develop pure love of Godhead. So Krishna spoke about these 9 ways, but it is not a limited set. It is not a finite set. One can remember Krishna in an infinite way. One can chant the holy name of the Lord and remember and listen to the pastimes of the Lord and remember. Yeah. But Krishna spoke about this of different ways of remembrance for a people who were not so much attracted by such remembrance, one would get attracted towards the Supreme Lord. Okay, so we'll move on. So Krishna spoke about, in the 9th verse, Krishna spoke about 9 ways of remembering the Supreme Lord. And from here, 10th, 11th, we'll see Krishna talks about a yogi. an Ashtanga yogi. First, that person also has to meditate on the Supreme Lord, has to remember the Supreme Lord. So I'll ask someone to read 10 and 11 entirely.
Sat Chakra Yoga. One who at the time of death fixes his life air, prana between the eyebrows, Agnya Chakra, and by the strength of yoga, Yoga Balena, with an undeviating mind, remembers the Supreme Lord with the qualities mentioned in 8.9 in full devotion, Bhaktya, will certainly attain the Supreme Lord, Paramam Purusham. Requirements for such Chakra Yoga: renunciation or no attachments, Vita Raga, celibacy, Brahmacharya, knowledge of Vedas, Veda Vidaha, uttering Om. Result of Sat Chakra Yoga: liberation or entrance into Brahman, never take birth again.
Yeah. So this, it's not translated, but it's like with meanings.
So,
It's broken down. The verse 10 and 11. Okay. So in 9, Krishna talks about the type of devotees who are approaching the Lord for the wealth and material things. If a person remembers the Lord in the 9 different ways, one would develop attraction towards the Lord and not get entangled into these so-called attractive things in the world. Okay. Now this is for the practitioner, different set of practitioner. This is a yogi now. Okay. Is a yogi. This yogi, Krishna talks about this as yogi, like Ashtanga yoga practice. One has to sit and meditate and awaken different Kundalini shift. By Kundalini yoga, one would awaken different chakras, Mooladhara chakra, Ajnana chakra, and different types of chakras. And what Krishna is saying here in the 10th verse, that such a yogi has to bring his prana in the middle of the two eyebrows, in the center here. Center here. And with an undeviated mind, he has to meditate on the Supreme Lord. He has to think about the Supreme Lord. If a person does that, even at the time of death, he will surely attain the Supreme Lord. Okay, I mean, we are not those kind of practitioners. So, this is Krishna speaking this because this is in the syllabus. Krishna has to cover in the Vedas, scriptures. If a person want to practice this kind of meditation and this kind of spiritual perfection, he can take this. And Krishna talks about bhakti in upcoming verses, but just for the sake, Krishna spoke this, we'll look at this. Okay. And requirements for Chakra Yoga, if a person want to practice this, Kaivalya Moksha or Chakra Yoga, so he has to, there's a basic thing, he has to have Vitaraga, no attachments. That means he has to physically renounce and mentally also renounce. One should not think like, okay, where is my wife, where is my children, where are my children? He has to have this sense of detachment. He has to develop the sense of detachment. It also, renunciation is also required. And he has to follow celibacy, abstaining from sex or sexual pleasures, brahmacharya. He has to have good knowledge about all these, the yogic practices. And he has to start uttering the Om. If a person does that, deep contemplation, activating his chakras, right, and bringing the chakra in the middle of the eyebrow and thinking about and leave the body, he can attain the Supreme Lord. You can't even imagine, like, how could we practice? We don't even know what kind of chakras we have. Yogis used to do that in the previous ages. This was a practice. I mean, the Sanatana Dharma is all encompassing. The Sanatana Dharma, all encompassing, various paths available for various types of people. Depends on their attraction towards spiritual practices. All options are available. So this is one of the option to leave the body at the time of death. This is so hard, intense, right? Okay. So let's look at this Ashtanga Yoga process again, which Krishna covered in the 6th chapter. Mm. So Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. One has to follow the do's, rules and regulations. Right? Eat less, sleep less, all those things, various things is for Krishna spoke. And one has to avoid from certain things, regulations, and he has to have this physically fit so that he can sit physically fit, only he can sit. And the breathing exercises, pranayama. In this world, we do this pranayama pratyahara a little bit only. We don't do this deep in a advanced level. Pratyahara, controlling the senses, wherever the senses go, bring it back. Dharana. Dharana means like take an object of meditation and try to contemplate, get observed for longer times. It is said that one has to meditate for 12 seconds without any thought, without any disturbance. That's dharana. Right? Fixing. And dhyana. Now that I fixed, like I went deeper. Even this yogi at the stage of dharana, he has to meditate on the Supreme Lord, Vasudeva. Now he already gone through various steps, and finally this person is also doing the same thing, bhakti. So bhakti is absolutely necessary even for a yogis. So one cannot run away from the God. No one can say like I don't need God in my life. I can attain perfection. I can attain liberation myself. It's practically impossible, and that's not a process one can take. Okay, dhyana and samadhi. Samadhi means like deep absorption, and one can leave the body. The yogis leave the body. So Krishna talks about that in this verse. Now we'll see the process of Shatchakra Yoga 12. Where Krishna says Sarva Dvarani Samyamya. Now that you're sitting and meditating, you have to close your doors. We can't, if you have a house, we can't leave the doors open. Everybody come into my home, take whatever you want, do whatever you want. It's practically nobody does that. Right? So same thing. This is what Krishna is talking about, the doors of this human body and its senses. So we have different doors, right? So this door, like sense of vision, we see things. I can look at this laptop, I can look at this gold, I can look at this beautiful car or beautiful woman. These senses will do that. That's the sense of vision. Krishna is saying, close that. Not just the eyes, but close your sense of vision. Close your sense of vision. Be oblivious to the surroundings. Even though you're seeing, you're not seeing. Okay, this is Ashtanga Yoga process again. Okay, Shishchaka Yoga process. We can't even imagine how one could do this. This is a final stages. So this is a stage where the yogi's mind, all his senses are controlled. The sense of hearing is also totally controlled. Is hearing, but no contemplation, nothing is going in. So like that, Krishna is saying, close all the doors. Doors of senses, sense of taste or sense of hearing, sense of smelling. The soul is not affected by this. And this is a path of Shatchakra Yoga, okay? And Mano Hridi Nirudhyacha. And Krishna says, now that you closed all your senses, now you go to the next step. The next step is fix the mind on the heart. And what next, Krishna? Okay, what next? Krishna is saying here, Pranam. Murdhyani Adhyatmanah Pranam. Bring your prana on the top of the center of the head. We have this Brahmarandhara, right? This is energy center. You can see in this picture here, right? Krishna is saying, you bring your prana on top of the head, in the center of the head, and meditate on me. You still have to meditate on me. You can't run away. Krishna is giving no option. You still have to meditate on me. Even though you have attained this Siddhi, Yoga Siddhi, you could bring your Pranavayu at the top of the head. You still have to meditate on me. And Krishna adds one more thing. You meditate on me by chanting this Om. 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 You chant that, meditate on me, and leave the body from this top chakra, top energy center, Brahmarandra. Then you'll attain me. So here it is clear. The point is, this is for the Ashtanga Yoga practitioners. This is a process. Even that person also has to do devotion bhakti to attain Siddhi, to attain the Supreme Lord. If a person does this, he will not return again. He'll go to the eternal spiritual Brahman. He will not come back. Okay, so we'll go to the easiest path. Krishna says, I'll ask someone to read.
Ananyachetah satatam yo mam smarati nityasah tasyaham sulabah partha nitya yuktasya yoginah. For one who always remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain, O son of Pritha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service.
Thank you, Bob. So Krishna is looking at Arjuna, right? Krishna is talking to Arjuna. Now, if I'm saying something to someone and if their face is totally perplexed, they're perturbed, then I need to think about it. Okay, I need to give some other option now. I need to speak differently, right? So Krishna is looking at Arjuna. Arjuna is like, what is this, Krishna? What is this, Krishna? Tell me something which I can practice. Tell me something which is easy for me. So looking at Arjuna, Krishna says, okay, you don't have to do that, Arjuna. That is the thing I'm talking about for the people who want self-realization. They're making use of God, but they still have to think about God and meditate on the God and leave the body. Bhakti is essential, indispensable, even for the Ashtanga yogis. But in your case, you don't have to worry about that. You just immerse yourself in me. Ananya cheta satatam. Satatam, always. Ananya chetasa, always think about me, remember me. Yomam smarati nityasa. Nityasa means like daily. Always and daily. Nitya, like daily. We eat daily, right? We eat food daily. Krishna saying, you think about me daily. If you can do that, Arjuna, tasyaham sulabha. You can easily attain me. It's easy peasy mac and cheese. It's easily you can attain me. There is no difficulty. You don't have to worry about all the different yogic practices. You can easily attain me. Sulabha. Sulabha means easy. So easily you can attain me. Nitya yuktasya yogina. You're always in constant devotion unto me. Okay. So about meditation, right? Thinking about and meditation. We all meditate. We deeply contemplate on many things. But Krishna is saying, you do deep contemplation unto me. You fill your mind about me. Is that hard for you? Is that hard for us? No, it's easy, right? It is easy and hard anyway. One has to take up and practice. In the beginning stages, it may be hard, but eventually it becomes easy. So again, the path of Bhakti Yoga includes chanting holy name of the Lord, reading the books, listening to the scriptures. One can meditate, deeply meditate. One may say, like, I have a family, I cannot do this. I need to take care of my child. Krishna already spoke about this. Tasmat sarvesu kaleshu mamanusmara yuddhacha. While playing with your child, you think about me. While playing with your child, you think about me. If your boss is giving you hard time, you think about me at work. If you are in nice vacation spot, you are enjoying with your senses, you can still think about me. Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu, Krishna already spoke about that. If you get a free time, you don't know what to do, you can still think about me. Think about me. Nitya, that way you can be Nitya Yukta. You always make yourself connected unto me. Establish that connection with me. That's what Krishna is saying. Okay, life lesson. We may have a great vehicle, but we won't get anywhere unless we get into it. One may have a expensive Tesla car. He's looking at it and doing puja every day. What is the use of that? He cannot experience, he cannot relish, he cannot enjoy having this wonderful, expensive car. The message here is the path of Bhakti Yoga is like a gift to us. Krishna is giving to Arjuna and also to us. It is easy to practice, easy to understand. We just need to practice. Now that we gain this wonderful diamond, we need to make best use of this diamond. Now that we have this car, like expensive, beautiful car, we just need to get into the car of Bhakti Yoga. Can easily attain the Supreme Lord. Another life lesson, spiritual evolution is best energized by devotional elevation. The real spirituality is by getting the devotional elevation only. Okay, so I'll move on. Lesson.
Yes, Prabhu.
Good.
No rebirth for pure devotees. Mam upetya punarjanma dukhalayam ashasvatam napnuvanti mahatmanah samsiddhim paramam gataha. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world which is full of miseries because they have attained the highest perfection.
Thank you, brother.
Oh.
So in previous set of verses, Krishna said, you think about me, you meditate on me, you will come to me. Even Ashtanga yogis also, they think about me. So you don't have to worry about that. You just think about me, you can attain me. So Krishna is saying in this verse, very beautiful verse, if one may have this doubt, what will I get, Krishna, if I think about you? What, we always have this mindset of what will I get? Mujhe kya aega? What I will get? Mujhe kya milega? We have this mindset, right? If you are helping someone, we feel like, okay, what will I get? If I'm doing some volunteering service, what will I get? My name should be published or some material benefits. What Krishna is saying here is a very important thing that Arjuna, if you think about me, you meditate on me, you will get the highest thing. You get the highest thing, that is my spiritual abode. My spiritual abode. Mamupetyata punarjanma dukhalayam ashashvatam napnuvantanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramam gatim. You will get the paramam gatim, the spiritual abode. If you can attain that, you don't have to take birth into this dukhalayam. Dukhalayam. And Krishna is saying, those kind of people who can remember the Lord throughout the life, who is able to attain that spiritual abode, those are called Mahatmas, the great souls. Krishna is denoting these souls as a great souls who can attain the Supreme Lord, who endeavor, who practice at least to attain the Supreme Lord. Here Krishna is denoting Mahatma, they are great souls. So the impetus here is the supreme spiritual abode. Krishna is saying, you can attain me. If you can practice that, I regard you as a great soul. So how to practice? Krishna already spoke. Always remember, never forget me. In all your activities and all your duties, you remember me. So we'll talk about Dukkhalayam, Ashashvatam. Okay. Dukkha means misery. Alaya means a place of misery. So we have Pustakhalay. We know this word Pustakhalay, right? Alay means a place. Pustaka means book. Pustakhalayam, a place where we get the books. Pustakalay. There is a Bhojanalay. Bhojanalay. Alaya, where we get Bhojana, where we get the food. Restaurant is Bhojanalay. But interestingly, Krishna is denoting this entire cosmic manifestation, entire material existence as Dukkhalayam, the place where you get misery. Just as like Bhojanalay, the place where you get Bhojana food, the place where you get misery, this is Dukkhalay. So we try to get happiness or at long happiness for longer periods of time, searching for happiness in this so-called Dukkhalaya. It doesn't make any sense. I can't search for a diamond in the trash box. If I need to go find a diamond, I need to go to the place where I get the diamond, like a store, diamond store, right? In the trash box, mein trash hi milega, right? If you see in the trash box, we'll get trash only, right? So in this place of Dukkhalayam, obviously there is Dukkham only. If we are going through suffering, it is expected. Suffering is expected. Krishna is saying, no one can be happy. If you are in distress, expect distress. Expect distress. It is inevitable. Distress is inevitable. You will get it no matter what. If not today, tomorrow you will be sad. One may say like, oh, okay, I can plan for Las Vegas or Florida or nice vacation spot. I can enjoy nicely. Okay, no problem. After there you'll get distress, or after coming back you'll get distress. It's inevitable. Today or tomorrow, or after 5 years or 10 years, you have to go through this so-called phases of happiness and distress. So just like sunrise, sunset comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes every day. So there is a happiness, distress, happiness, distress, happiness, distress. So distress is never changing. Like everybody, according to individual's karma, it's not like everybody has to go distress. According to individual's karma, the past life sins, papa karma, one has to go through suffering, and this is a place. This is a place. The material existence is a place where one suffers. Okay, Krishna, you are saying, do I need to now? What should I do now? I'm in this material world. I'm in this dukkhalayam. I expect the distress here. I suffer. Is it possible for me to experience a spiritual bliss? Or should I go to spiritual world and only then I can attain the spiritual happiness? Krishna says, no, you can still be in this world and experience the spiritual bliss. That's what Krishna has been saying, right? You remember me, you think about me, whatever you do in all your duties, all your actions, bringing me in your mind. So what happens when you think about Krishna, the transcendental holy name of the Lord, it enters into our heart and it cleanses. It's a cleansing agent. Cleansing agent. The holy name is a cleansing agent which cleanses the heart, removes the dirt, removes the papa, sinful actions, and get us closer to the Supreme Lord. And one can experience this so-called spiritual bliss even while living in this material world. Even though we are in Dukkhalayam, we can still experience this spiritual bliss. Oh, sorry, my camera is going on and off. Okay, so the message here is Krishna is saying, Arjuna, if you can think about me, if you can meditate on me, you'll attain my spiritual abode, and you'll never come back into this so-called Dukhalayam, the place of misery. You don't have to go into kindergarten, do your PhD and do job and die. Again go to kindergarten, again go to kindergarten every lifetime. You don't have to do that. You don't have to go through this various suffering. I will give you the eternal bliss, eternal happiness in the eternal spiritual world. मामुपैत्यत पुनर्जन्म दुःखालयम शाश्वतम नाप्नुवन्ति महात्मानः संसिद्धिं परमां गतिं. One attains the paramam gati. So life lesson: expect distress in the world of distress, but overcome distress by devotion. Another life lesson: the highest perfection of life is to attain the eternal spiritual abode. That is the highest perfection of life. The human life is meant for that, to attain, break the cycle of birth and death and attain the supreme spiritual abode, where we don't have to come back and suffer. Okay, so this is in the same sequence. We'll do this shloka and also and complete this section 14 to 16. I'll ask someone to read.
Rebirth is in all planets except Krishna's abode. A Brahma Bhuvanal Lokaha Punar Avartino Arjuna Mam Upetya tu Kaunteya Punar Janma na Vidyate. From highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery, wherein repeated birth and death take place. But one who attains to my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again.
Thank you, Baba.
No.
So Krishna said, if you think about me, if you meditate on me, you will attain me, you will attain my spiritual abode, and you don't have to return. And Krishna is adding additional details here that this material world is temporary. It is he said Dukhalayam, and now he's saying is temporary. And people rotate in this material world. From this top planet, Brahma Bhuvana Loka, then the topest planet in one universe, if you take one universe globe, I showed before also, in one universe globe, there are different planetary systems, and the topmost planetary system is the abode of Brahma, that is Satyaloka, abode of Brahma. From the abode of Brahma, underneath, there are many planetary systems. Brahma Bhuvanaloka Punarovartanti Arjuna. These are all the places of misery. From Brahma to all the planetary systems, everything. And there is a repeated cycle of birth and death wherever you go. Krishna is adding additional details. Wherever you go, even if you go to Satyaloka, you got to come back. Even if you go to Svargaloka, you have to come back. You have to go to Pataloka, you have to come back. You have to rotate again and again. But Krishna says, but Mamopeti Kaunteya Punarjanmana Vidyate. You can break this cycle of birth and death by taking shelter of me, by attaining me. Punarjanma na vidyate. You will not get rebirth. You don't have to celebrate your birthday, happy birthday, to you and cut the cake. No, you don't have to do that. Every lifetime we have been celebrating our birthday nicely, and to our surprise, we are getting closer to death. Every time we cut the cake, blow the candle, we are getting closer to death. We don't realize we celebrate, but we are getting closer to death. We die and again take birth and again rotate. This is happening every lifetime. Not just us, even Brahma also this is happening. He's also cutting cake. Indra in heavenly planet also cutting cake every birthdays, right? Now Krishna is saying, if you attain me, my abode, you'll never return. That is the final destination. That is the purpose of human life. You have attained the highest perfection if you can come to me. Okay, so with that, I'll stop here. Okay, we'll go deeper a few more let me complete while I'm here. So Krishna is comparing the material world versus spiritual world. In material world, there is a rebirth, birth and death. This place is Dukhalayam, place of misery. Ashashvatam, this is temporary, because the material entire universe also goes through the phases, comes again, comes into existence and goes. There will be a destruction, and it happens millennium after millennium. Okay, what Krishna is saying here is, if a person comes to the spiritual abode, there is no comeback, and he will not return back. There is full of joy, and it is eternal and permanent. The place abode is eternal and permanent. This is a comparison between material and spiritual world. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you for giving me additional time. So I took additional time. So yeah, I'll end here. Please feel free to share your thoughts and realizations. Thank you, Hare Krishna.